If anything, let this be a lesson to all of us not to ever mess with any supernatural objects. Like, personally, I would not even want to be in the same room as that box, like, ever. Surprise! I know it's not Sunday. If you're a subscriber, you know that I normally post a video every Sunday, but I saw this come up on Twitter last night and I was like, I gotta get a video up on this right now while it's hot and fresh and in people's minds. So that's what we're doing today. So as you probably know from the title of the video, there is a theory going around that Post Malone is cursed. So this theory came about after he had several close calls. Just a few weeks ago, like less than a month ago, his plane had to make an emergency landing at Stewart International Airport in Orange County, New York. It was a private plane with him and like 15 other people on it. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, the plane blew out 2 tires during takeoff from Teterboro Airport, New Jersey at about 10:50 a.m. He was supposed to be on his way to London, and thankfully he was okay. Nobody was harmed, but yeah, that was pretty scary. People on Twitter were actually really horrible about that, I thought. Like, saying like, I wish he died. I don't know what's wrong with people. Like, I would have been pissed if he died. I'm like, you know, all the good ones, they always go early. Then, just weeks after this plane incident happened, he was in a car wreck that was pretty serious, but he was okay. I mean, it sounded like it was bad. This happened in California. His assistant was driving his Rolls Royce, and then it's not clear what exactly happened, but there was supposedly another car involved, and I mean, his car was pretty much totaled. And he tweeted after this, "God must hate me, LOL." So, I mean, like, within a month, he had an emergency plane landing and was in a car wreck. Okay, right? Things are getting a little weird. Then, just over a week ago, his old house was broken into. And, you know, you might think, well, he doesn't live there anymore. But supposedly the people that broke in were looking for him. One of them said, "Where's Post Malone?" And apparently the person that is actually living there now was pistol whipped by one of the suspects. I believe there were 3 suspects, and according to TMZ, the residents that live there now have no connection to Post Malone, so yeah. They stole a bunch of shit. They stole jewelry, cash. Altogether, like, the items that they took amounted to like $20,000 or something like that. So pretty crazy, right? And I think it's just because everything is happening in such a close proximity of time that this theory started coming about. Now, why do people think he's cursed? Well, besides the bad luck, just this past summer, he filmed an episode on ghost adventures. He and Zach Baggins, who is a paranormal investigator on the show, went to the Haunted Museum together. And this museum is home to one of the world's most haunted objects, and that is a dybbuk box. Now, if you are unfamiliar with dybbuks, a dybbuk is basically a spirit, an evil spirit, that haunts and is even able to possess the living. And I'm reading this straight from Wikipedia just so I don't mess anything up, but in Jewish mythology, a dybbuk, from the Hebrew verb dybbuk, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, meaning adhere or cling, is a malicious, possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being helped. So I don't really know what that last part means, but there was actually a movie that came out back in 2012 called The Possession, and that is the only reason why I know what a dybbuk box is. If it wasn't for that movie, I don't know if I would have ever heard of this. But it's basically about that, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, aka Negan, or Daddy Winchester for you Supernatural fans, he was in that movie, and it's a pretty good representation, I guess, of that. If you want to watch it, if you like scary movies, you haven't seen that one, I suggest watching it. It's a pretty good horror movie. Anyway, apparently in this episode, I haven't watched it, but TMZ did release a clip of when this moment happened. Post Malone was touching Zach's shoulder while Zach was like touching this box. and apparently that is enough to summon this like dybbuk, or like to agitate it, to provoke a curse. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this turned out to be true, because I mean, look, if you watch that movie, I know it's a movie, but it's based on like real events. I do believe that these things happen, and I really hope that Post Malone makes it through this. I don't know how you fix this, but I am a little worried for him. So hopefully that was the end of that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But, you know, I just hope this guy catches a break, man. Like, I don't want to see him go. I really don't want anything to happen to him. I love his music. I'm sure a lot of you do. And he's just like a cool guy. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I don't know, I like him, so I hope that he's okay. And if anything, let this be a lesson to all of us not to ever mess with any supernatural objects. Like, personally, I would not even want to be in the same room as that box, like, ever. Anyway guys, that's it for today. I'll try to get a video up on Sunday also, so we stick on that schedule. Like I say, I always want to be consistent for you guys, and I have a lot of videos, like, I had a lot of suggestions for videos, and I'm going to try to get to all of them, but I also have some stuff planned for October, like Halloween themed. So if you did suggest a video, first of all, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, I love getting ideas from you guys. And it might take me a little while to get to it, but I didn't forget. I am working on it, and I'll definitely shout you out in the video. I'll check with you beforehand to make sure if you're okay with that, but I'll definitely shout you out in the video if you gave me a suggestion. And thank you to anybody who's been here for a while and sticking around, because I put a lot of work into these videos, and I really, really appreciate the support. And I want to make the best content possible for you guys. So I'm working really hard to keep improving and keep going and just do the best that I can, because you guys deserve it, and I really love doing this, so thank you very much. So hopefully I'll see you back here on Sunday, and yeah, have a great week guys. Don't touch any dybbuk boxes, don't provoke any spirits, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.